everyone, Whitefoot Soldier here. The other day we reviewed the SDCC exclusives from NECA, the Turtles from the arcade game, and this time we are going to review the box set of the Foot Clan. So as you can see, we get Shredder, a Whitefoot Soldier, which is awesome, and I couldn't wait for that one to come out specifically. An orange foot soldier and a purple foot soldier, and these are also based on the Konami 1989 arcade Ninja Turtles video game, arcade game, and you might find these looking familiar to you because these are actually the same sculpts that we saw a while back that were based on the Mirage comics for the Ninja Turtles. So we finally get an awesome looking Shredder and Foot Clan to line up with the NECA Turtles. Like I said, they're based on the arcade game though this time. I would have rather had obviously the Mirage. I was looking forward to that a while back, but these are very cool and I couldn't wait to get my hands on them. And I know it's a little bit later than what I would have liked to have got the review up, but I guess life gets in the way sometimes. So let's have a look at Shredder first, and we can see Shredder has the pixelated chest area there and on his legs and lower extremities. And if we turn him sideways there, we get a good shot at some of the his gauntlets, and the gauntlets are actually more of like a rubbery, so they aren't a solid plastic like some of the other Shredder figures, and these kind of move around a little bit on his shoulder pads there. We'll turn him over, get a really cool looking cape. There's actually a hole in the cape there, some pixelation going on, and the cape is also a rubbery material along with the helmet. And you can see his eyes, it's a little bit hard to see, but his eyes are actually a solid black, so we don't get any, it's more like a shadowy look under his eyes, which is kind of, I don't know, kind of threw me off when I first saw it, but it's okay, I suppose. Down here we have some articulation in the ankle area, so we can kind of roll his ankles around. We get articulation in the toes even, so we can kind of curl his toes up. Get articulation in the knees, and I think I showed the right below the knee there, kind of up above, I guess, the ankle. And we also get some articulation, a ball joint in the hip. So these guys are very poseable. Yeah, let's move up to the top. Oh, we actually get to, I forgot to do this, I think with the Turtles before, they move a little bit, but waist articulation as well. We get a ball joint in the shoulder, and you can kind of see the ball joint. They're a little tight, so I'm not going to move them too much. Ball joint in the shoulder. We get some bicep articulation. Obviously an elbow joint there, and the elbow joint's a little bit actually strained looking. I never really looked at the back there, so get kind of articulation there. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Did we get anything in the, yep, and obviously the wrist area, because we get interchangeable hands, and I'll show that in a minute. Up in the head, obviously we get neck and head, full rotation. The cape kind of goes underneath there. It's a little bit like a little bit more wide, obviously, than what it really needed to be. It could be a little bit. You could probably even get that off if you wanted to. I'm not going to take it off, but it's a little bit more loose. You can see in the back there. You can kind of see. So yeah, so there's Shredder, and as I said, many different poses. I mean, these guys, they're really articulated and they're really awesome. So, and as you can see too, the backdrop that comes with the box set as well, just like with the Turtles. So it looks like we're maybe in the Technodrome there. Shredder comes with 2 swords, and the cool thing is too, the katanas here are actually different than what Leonardo's are, so it would be very easy for NECA just to throw in some repainted katanas, and they didn't do that, which I think is awesome. Interchangeable hands, as I mentioned, with gauntlets, and basically we have the closed fist is what's on Shredder right now. The one in my hand is an open fist, so we can obviously fit the sword in, and I'll put that on Shredder here in a second. We get a yellow throwing star. And let's move on to the foot soldier. Basically same articulation. These are kind of like a harder plastic. They aren't like the gauntlets. They aren't super rubbery or anything. And you know, obviously the pixelation. Whoop, I was looking at the figure, not the camera there. So obviously the pixelation. And as I said, same articulation going on here. We got some ball joints. And I'll just run through it real quick. So we turn the guy around and we get kind of a shadowy back. As you can see, the back is more of a gray. You know, some people probably call this a gray foot soldier, but for my purposes, I'm going to call it a white foot soldier. And so like I said, you can see in the back, it's kind of gray. Whoop. The orange foot soldier fell there. So in the back, we get the shadow, kind of a gray, and you can actually see the differences between the back of the head being more of a white and then the gray there. So yeah, so there's the white foot soldier. And the orange one's really a neat color. I like the orange that they chose. It matches well with the video game arcade version. Again, we get kind of a shadow look on the back with it being a darker orange or even almost a red. And then the purple, let's see. He's going to stand there. Well, doesn't really matter. The purple kind of reminds you maybe, you know, obviously they're in the arcade game too, but it's kind of neat to get a purple one because obviously the foot soldiers were purple in the original cartoon. So pretty neat. Again, shadow on the back, same articulation, same sculpt, everything. Now let's check out some of the accessories, and we'll check out the hands as well. The interchangeable hands. I think that should make him stay there. I think there's a little bit of a slant on my table and he's not really wanting to stand too well. So I'm not going to waste time. So we already covered Shredder's accessories. Get a staff with the white foot soldier. Now the cool thing is too, these are actually pretty solid. They aren't a soft plastic. I don't know if you can hear that very well, but it's more of a harder plastic, which is cool. Again, the interchangeable hands here are to hold the weapons, and we get a couple different accessories here. We get a stick of dynamite, which is pretty cool, also hard plastic, a knife, which is hard plastic as well, and we get an oversized hammer, which is really awesome. This thing's actually pretty solid. It's plastic obviously, but it's pretty solid. And just a really cool idea to throw that in there to add in that arcade look, you know, from the game, obviously. And we also get a rifle, so pretty cool, and it's harder material as well. So let's check out the interchangeable hands before we wrap things up here. So we'll go with Shredder. So we'll take Shredder's his left hand out, and if you just kind of twist it off, it will pop out. There might be a little bit of paint on it, as you can see in mine, so we'll set that aside, and we'll take the open hand, we'll twist it on, and now you can kind of actually see obviously the differences between the two there. And we'll take a katana, it slides in nicely, and now Shredder's got a katana. So pretty neat idea. I see a lot of the higher end figures we're doing the interchangeable hands, which is neat. If you want that closed fist like that, you know, it's kind of neat to have one and one. The closed fist, kind of like, you know, he's angry or something, you know, and when you pose them, and then you have the sword ready to go. And as I said, these guys, they really pose nicely. There's so much articulation in them. NECA did a fantastic job, and I couldn't be happier with how these sets turned out. I couldn't wait to get them when I saw them, and now that they have arrived, my excitement is still there. And I think I pretty much covered all the basics there. Let's put Shredder back. And if you guys want to check out any more pictures of these particular figures, I'm also going to be posing them with the turtles, and I'm going to be posing them with some of the other turtles, such as the Playmates toys, Secret of the Use figures. I already have that in store. So check that all out on my Instagram page. Just search for the White Foot Soldier. I'll also put the box art up for these guys. And I think that pretty much wraps things up. So thank you very much for watching another review from the White Foot Soldier here. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and continue checking out the site, because there's a lot of upcoming news, a lot of great figures coming out later this year, and I'll be reviewing most, if not all of them. Thanks again.